So when it comes to working out, like the
Okay.
physical side of it,
For sure.
is there anything that you do? Is it like lifting weights, running, cardio? Is there anything that you do to physically keep the blood pumping and just staying active?
I love and I enjoy sightseeing, so I enjoy running.
Nice.
Yeah, I never liked running. I was never a huge runner back I would say in my teen years. I loved football, obviously, I loved playing it, but I never loved just running until now. And even like if you ask my wife, she'll if you present to me the gym, whether if you give me the most fanciest, LA gym or Planet Fitness membership versus running at the park or outside in the barrio or whatever, I'm gonna prefer the outside.
Yeah.
As I like, seeing first of all everything that God created, but I love seeing the neighbors. I love hearing like just commotion. I'm not a gym rat.
Yeah.
If you can't tell, I am not that's my brother Randy. Shout out to my brother Randy. I am not a gym rat. I am not. I never even whenever I was in football, I did the workouts, but nothing happened. And so did everything correctly. Nothing happened. But maybe that was also my intake. But that's a different story.
Everybody's got their cup of tea, right?
Exactly. And for me, I enjoy running.
Yeah.
I try to run as often as possible when we're not having services throughout the weekdays. My wife and I, Eunice though, she actually loves to go to the gym. She prefers the gym over running outside. I'm the opposite. I'd rather go outside and run outside rather than run in a gym.
Yeah.
But me personally, we try to go Mondays, Wednesdays. Sometimes on Sundays in between services, we'll at least go, for a small walk, jog outside, and that's my cup of tea for that.
Nice.
So
yeah, and that's what I've always told everybody is like find what works for you.
Exactly.
Because when it can change, right? I mean, when I started out, I was doing high intensity cardio. Now I'm doing more weightlifting, but with the program that I'm doing right now, 75 Hard, it requires 2 45-minute workouts, one being outdoors. And so I feel exactly where you're coming from, man. Just getting out in the sun, letting the sun hit your skin and breaking a sweat and just being out there and seeing people and it can be like where I walk, there's a dog park nearby. I mean, just seeing the dogs run around. I mean, you're just getting a different view.
Exactly.
A different scenery, and it's always nice. You never know what's going to happen. I said it in my, I think it was like my day 2 video. The only bad experience that I've ever had, I got cussed out by a guy that was just randomly standing out here on the trail, on the walk trail. I mean, and he was messing with, you can tell he was messing with multiple people because there was like 2 guys that were in front of me and you can just tell he was talking to them. And I'm like, he's just randomly standing in this spot and, he's just telling people stuff. And I'm like, luckily I had my AirPods in, but I mean, it never happened to me before, but I hope it doesn't happen again. But I mean, you never know what you're going to get.
My worst part was literally getting chased by a dog one time. And the dog literally went over the fence to get me. Well, to come after me or whatever it felt like I needed to do.
Was it a Chihuahua?
No, it was not Chihuahua. No, it was not. It would have gone under if it was Chihuahua. Yeah. No, but that's probably like my worst ever altercation with anything.
You don't know what kind of dog it was?
It was a black Labrador.
Okay.
So it looked very playful, but it was coming after me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So that was my worst incident to date.
Hey, you never know what you're gonna get, man.
This is true.
And that'll keep you on your toes.
Ain't lying.
But so tell me, how important is it? So you're about to be a new dad. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
I'm excited to see because I've known you since you were a kid, man, and playing the guitar that was bigger than you.
Yep.
It's awesome to see that you're growing into becoming a family man, being a pastor, leader. Tell me how important it was to have the support of your wife while you were going through this challenge, and then also in working out as well.
I will say this. On the workout end, that happened literally even while we were dating, while we were engaged. We were always, even whenever we were on our honeymoon, we were thinking about working out. We were thinking about, even there in the mountains in Colorado where we spent our honeymoon, we were like, hey, where can we go? We couldn't go anywhere because it was snowing. So but it was cool.
Yeah.
So, but on top of that, I would say that it was a huge advantage to have her alongside me. And I think the one thing is true, and shout out to you, sweetheart, is that she is a great cook.
Nice.
Thank God, because and I mean, and even to those that are like, well, you can't cook. Well, I can if I have the instructions in front of me. But she really was, you could say, my personal chef, and of course she always will be into our baby girl and the other kids to come and whatnot, to the family. But she was literally my nutritionist, the one that always was looking after me and still looks after me now. Even after, of course, I'm not doing the fast anymore, the Daniel fast, but yeah, she definitely made it easier. And there's multiple recipes that she did. I'm like, this is okay. She goes, yeah, because it doesn't have this, but it has this.
Yeah.
And so again, shout out to you, sweetheart. And that was again a huge, you could say, backbone to why I was able to complete all of 21 days, and even further along, like even week 2, week 3, it didn't feel like if it was like me forcing myself to have it, because she helped me.
Yeah.
She helped me, making sure that I had, even you don't think about this, but especially those that that go to work, like you have to have food throughout the day.
Yeah. Exactly.
Snacking throughout the day.
Yep.
And she helped me again through all those moments, making sure I was getting, the right trail mix, making sure that and I found a couple things that I do love now, like dark almonds, dark chocolate almonds,
Yeah.
which was and is okay during that kind of fast. And so, but yeah, so it was, again, she was a huge asset, the MVP, the backbone to me being able to complete those 21 days.
Nice.
Not only we call it in my intake, but even in my output whenever it came to working out.
And I'll say this. So when I first started this whole journey, my weight loss journey, there was never any intention for me to even start. The pandemic hit, everything was shut down. We couldn't really. I mean, we could, right? But I mean, things weren't open like they normally are,
True.
or
True.
even as they are now. So,
Yeah.
in the lifestyle I was leading, I was still drinking a ton of sodas, eating burgers, wings, pizza every day, all that fast food stuff and everything. And it wasn't until one day, out of the blue, Gloria tells me, she comes up to me, she says, "Hey, babe, I want to start working out." I said, "Great. What are you going to do? You going to go for a walk, or you can't go to the gyms, they're all closed." And she brings up Insanity, Sean T. And I know exactly who she's talking about, because right before Nala was born, our oldest, that is the program that I was actually doing, was his original version of Insanity.
The DVD version.
Yeah, the DVD version.
Yeah.
And, so I knew the workouts were great. I was like, okay, I know exactly what she's talking about, and I know it is not easy.
Yeah.
And I said, but yeah, man, go for it. And it was like, you pay like $60, $65 for like 6 months at a time. What I didn't know is you get a ton of different other stuff within that workout, or within the program, weightlifting, yoga, and all this stuff, all just kinds of different stuff that you can do. And so I never had the intention of even starting with her. I said, yeah, go for it. You go, you do it. And I think she was about 2 or 3 days in. And then I said, man, you know what? She was the one that motivated me to even start.
Wow.
And she didn't even, she never pressured me. She never said, hey, come do this with me, come help me, come support, I just saw her, and I saw the effort that she was putting in, and I was motivated. I said, man, I need to get on this journey with her so that we as one can become as healthy as possible, not just for ourselves, but for our kids, and you guys are ahead of the curve in that sense, because you already, have that mindset. You guys already have that lifestyle down to where you're going to be able to pass these good things on to your kids. And to me, as the old saying goes, actions speak louder than words.
For sure.
So when I come home every day and my kids see me or Gloria working out, and we're pushing ourselves to the limit that we to where we just can't go anymore, they're seeing that.
Yeah.
They're watching that, and for them, I'm hoping that working out is normal to them. You know,
True.
so that way when they get older, they know I physically need to take care of myself. And because I would always see my parents working out every day, day in and day out, you know, 5 or 6 days a week, whatever it may be, that stuff is normal to me.
Yeah.
I don't have to come out and find something and embark on this journey from scratch. You know,
Yeah.
they kind of set the foundation for it. You know, so and that's what really was my why. But I mean, without her even starting, and even the support that she gives me now, you know, same thing. You know, she cooks ground turkey, the lean ground beef, you know, chicken. She sets my meals up. You know, I do some cooking for myself, and vice versa. I do some cooking for her as well. And surprisingly, some of my meals are like, she was like, man, this is really good. You know, I need to get you to do this more often. Surprisingly, but you know, YouTube's an awesome thing. You know, with all the recipes that they give you and the healthy options of food that are out there, they break it down pretty easy. So guys, if you're looking for some healthy options and recipes, go on YouTube. They're out there, man. I mean, it's amazing what's out there.
That's so true.
But yeah, man, I think just having that foundation, that support, you know, from your significant other is key.
Sure.
Is key. I mean, it can play a huge role in your journey. So last question,
Okay,
Raji. What advice, if any, would you give out to anybody that's out there? I mean, I don't have very many, you know, subscribers or views for that much, but I mean, you know, word can get out there. I'll share it. You know, you can share it or whatever. You know, you never know who this video is gonna fall on, and just what advice would you share to anybody that's out there that may watch this?
For sure. Well, those that know me always know that I go to the Word of God, and me personally, the one thing that always strikes me, and it was always a thing of, I always heard the word self-discipline, and I always took that, and it still is self-discipline with being the best believer in Jesus Christ I can be. Not perfect, but just striving for it.
Yeah.
And well, that also opened up my eyes in realizing that, well, not only is it just for my spiritual walk, but also my physical walk.
Yeah.
And realizing that if I'm huffing and puffing, you know, trying to share the good news of Jesus Christ, well, why am I huffing and puffing? You know, why can't I? You know, I'm not saying it's, you know, it's wrong to huff and puff. You know, that's how you want to live your life. Completely up to you. But obviously, if you're watching this, and if you stayed with us this long watching this for a reason, and again, it's because we have to have self-discipline over our lives.
Yeah.
You know, not only in those that are you know, believers in Jesus Christ, not only in our spiritual walk, but even in your physical walk.
Yeah.
And realizing that, hey, I need to keep this temple good. I need to take care of what God has gifted me, because we only get one of it. You know.
Yep.
And so, but on top of that, I want to let anyone know that if you're struggling with making the move, it's either going to be one day or day one.
Yep. Exactly.
I've heard of that, and I'm going to share that. It's either going to be one day I'm going to do it, one day, or it's going to be day one. Day one, I'm doing this. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be on, you know, if you're watching this on the 1st of July, oh, it has to be today. No, whenever your day one is, make it your day one. Because for me, I always heard about the Daniel fast. Oh, one day I'll do it. One day I'm going to do it. One day I'm going to do it. But I knew it had to be soon. And my day one was this past January the 1st of 2022. But on top of that, if anyone that's struggling with, well, what are they going to say? Are they going to call me bougie, in the Hispanic world, they're going to say I'm you know, thinking, you know, I'm too good or whatever. No, because you are in charge of your body.
Yeah.
You are in charge of what goes inside your body. The TV doesn't tell you. The social media shouldn't encourage you. It does. It does really encourage you, because it's funny how the commercials for Whataburger and for Wendy's come on right after you got to work.
Oh, they're gonna pop up in the phone as soon as you start scrolling through Facebook.
Isn't it so funny how it's like right on time.
Yep.
Right on. So they're either going to help you in what you don't want to be, or you're going to help yourself in what you do want to be. And that's something, again, I still hold true to myself, you know, and even I always get told from certain people close to me, like, oh, just wait, you're gonna get that belly. It's like, no, I'm not. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Because I know that's not the best version of me.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
And so I do know that if I want to be the best, not only in my own walk with God, but my best physically speaking, to be able to get up off that bed and be able to perform day in and day out, whether if it's at church, at my office, wherever it's going to be at, I know that I'm not going to be lacking in any nutrition, not going to be lacking in any energy, unless, of course, I didn't sleep enough. But in anything that I know that I can do on my own, that you could do on your own, I would encourage you. It's either going to be one day or day one.
Oh, I love that, man. I love that, because and self-discipline is where it's at, right? I mean,
Yeah.
because especially on those days, I know I have my days where I don't want to get out of bed. I don't even want to go to work, and it's just like, man, do I really need to do this workout? Do I really need to? And it's like, don't set yourself back, Joseph. Like, just get up and knock it out. And I saw it on I don't know what social media platform it was, but it said, choose your heart. It was a picture, and it says, choose your heart.
Yes.
And
my dad shared it with me the other day.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it says, it's hard to be on medications and taking, all this stuff, to control your diabetes, your high blood pressure, or whatever it may be. All that stuff is hard, and so is being healthy. But, nobody has fun lifting a lot of weight, or I'm sure you get tired whenever you're running out there for, 20, 30 minutes and jogging. And
Exactly.
it's just like, you're like, okay, you're huffing and puffing.
I'm almost home. Yeah.
And it's just like, sometimes that question might come up in your mind, like, why am I doing this for? Like,
Yeah.
do I really need to be doing this?
Yeah.
But it's choose your heart, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to have that hard lifestyle of paying the price now, but, taking care of your body?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to pay the price later and have a hard time being on medication, or having the chance of, I know guys who are diabetic who had to amputate their legs, and stuff like that.
Same here. Yeah.
Choose your heart, right?
Exactly.
And I know my grandpa, didn't really get a chance to live the healthiest lifestyle, and
Yeah.
Thank God he was able to live here on Earth for 74 years. But I mean,
Wow.
still, we want to really strive. Man, we never know when we're gonna go. I mean, we can step out of the door, in 30 minutes and get in a car accident. You don't know what's gonna happen. But
Death
I know
is inevitable.
at least
Yeah.
I know I'm putting my best foot forward on trying to make sure that I'm giving my best self to whatever it is that I'm doing, to my kids, to my wife, and I can live with that.
Exactly.
And if I go tomorrow or something happens to me tomorrow, I can at least say, hey, I am putting my best self forward, giving the best version that I can of myself.
Yeah.
And I'm still on my journey. I'm not there yet, but it's just like you said, it was day one.
Yeah, it's either going to be one day
or day one.
one.
It's like
Yeah.
waiting for all the lights to be green, from here to Dallas so you can go straight to it. It's never going to happen.
Yeah,
Guys,
exactly.
there's never going to be a perfect time.
Exactly.
You're going to say, oh, well, I'll start Monday, or I'll start, next month, or, it's already the 21st, I'm just going to wait till the 1st to start. Guys, it's never going to be the perfect time. Just get started. I mean, even if it's a 10-minute walk or just one healthy meal, starting somewhere is the key. Don't put it off any longer. And especially with Mexicanos, Latinos, we get that. I don't want to say it's a generational curse, because the food is awesome, man.
Amazing.
I mean, the tortillas
Yeah,
are
it's
amazing,
lovely.
but we get passed down those habits of eating all that stuff, and you come to realize that it does do a lot of harm to our body, and especially if we intake it a lot more than what we need. So getting knowledgeable in that stuff and passing that stuff and say, hey, it ends here with us. Passing the good stuff down to your children for them to lead a healthier lifestyle and make more conscious decisions on working out and staying active and stuff like that. Is something that I want to do, and I know that you're doing as well whenever y'all's daughter is born. So, man, Raji, I want to thank you for your time.
Yeah, definitely.
Hopefully we didn't go too long, but I know you got some stuff to do. So, man, I appreciate your time, man.
Definitely.
Appreciate it, man.
Definitely. Thank y'all.
Guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that, man. If you haven't had the chance to subscribe, please consider subscribing. Give the video a thumbs up. Share, guys. If there's someone out there who that might be able to benefit from this content, please share it with them. Show it to somebody. You guys watch it together, whatever it may be. But it's just we're just I'm just trying to get the good news. I guess you can say out there. It's just some good information, guys, and just try to. Hopefully, if this helps one person, if it just helps one person, that I know I've done a good thing. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned, guys. We're gonna have more great content coming your way, and we will see you on the next one, guys. Y'all have a good one.
See ya.